Hi, how you doing today? So, if this is your first time to my page, welcome. My name's Archer. I am from TikTok and Instagram. And really, I just try and create fun, light, positive content. In addition to just kind of the celebration of me as a human. I am a trans man, and I absolutely love my journey. And I know that it's different for everybody. But this was kind of created to talk a little bit more about my opinions and certain things that's kind of maybe going on right now. So please subscribe, and I would be forever grateful. Kind of hit all the buttons and support. Today I really wanted to kind of talk about, I'd seen a couple videos and had kind of been debating, going back and forth on how I wanted to talk about this topic, which is the removal of QIA plus from LGB, and how a lot of people in the LGB community are happy about that and feel like transgender people have started this taking away of specific rights. And I find that to be a little interesting and frustrating. And so I may get some hate for this. It is what it is, but I have my own opinions. And as a trans man, I feel like they should be shared. So I feel truly what the LGBTQ community is and was a group of people, a community of people that were just different, whatever that looked like, from straight as an arrow, male or female. Outside of that, you weren't that, you were different, and you kind of fit into your own little community. And we created this community that was meant to have each other's backs. At least that's my understanding. To support them, to raise them up, to be there for people like us, no matter what us looked like. And so a lot of people are like, well, this is sexual identity and this isn't. Well, there's lots of transgender people who, even though they may be a trans male, still are interested in men. Well, that would make them gay. Well, if they're trans women, still interested in women, then that would make them a lesbian. And I know that we sit here and we have this whole idea that if you don't like somebody based off what's below the belt, then you're transphobic. And I disagree. I am one of those. I very much am a parts person. And I mean no disrespect to any trans women. None. I see you as a woman. I value you as a woman. But to me, parts matter. And that does not make me transphobic. Trans. I hate the word transphobic, honestly, just like homophobic. Like, a phobia is something that you're genuinely scared of, like arachnophobia. You are scared of spiders. Like, you may have a heart attack and flip out and, I don't know, like throw a flip-flop and whatever at a spider. You are genuinely scared of them. You are not homophobic in that you are scared of people that are lesbian and or gay, and you are not transphobic because you are not scared of people that are transgender. You're just not a nice person. I don't know. I had different language, but we're not going to do that. So I don't think that makes somebody transphobic by having preferences. Preferences are normal. We all have preferences. Some people prefer peanut butter and jelly. Some people prefer peanut butter and banana, and that's okay. Having preferences is okay in life. It just is. I don't understand where having preferences all of a sudden made people a phobic of some kind in general. And I think that's ridiculous. I do believe, though, that we all do belong together and that it is the LGBTQIA. It's not one or the other. Because I'm going to have the lesbians' backs as I hope that they would have mine. And I'm going to have the gays' backs as I hope that they would have mine. And I'm going to have whatever back I need to have to fight for you, to stand up for you, because you're different than the straight as an arrow. See, here's the thing. I don't fit in a box. A lot of people in this don't fit in a box, but we've become obsessed with making people fit in a box and put a lid on it and say, you are a lesbian, you are gay, you are straight, you are transgender. Like, stop. I don't understand the fitting in a box. Why? Why? I don't have to fit in a box. You don't have to fit in a box. All you have to do is walk through life and be a kind, gentle, nice person who's going to show up for somebody else. That if somebody trips on the sidewalk in front of you, you might offer a hand to help them up. I don't know. That's just basic human decency to me. And honestly, I did a little bit of research as well, because the letter T was added in the late 90s. And it was added by gay rights activists as transgender people were gaining more recognition. Great. That's awesome. If you Google some things as far as who fought for LGBT rights, a lot of times it actually was a movement that was led by trans women of color and black lesbians. Like, did we forget history? Did we forget who showed up for who? To now we just want to erase you because it's not sexual orientation. We fought for each other. We showed up for each other. We made it to where, again, we had each other's backs. And ultimately, to me, this kind of comes back down to like a Harry Potter quote, where when Voldemort was coming after Harry and he tried to isolate himself and push everybody away, and where his friend, which why I'm having a brain fart on her name. Oh man, I'm even a Harry Potter fan. Anyways, where she said, I would like it that if it's just you alone, you're not as much of a threat. So why are we trying to break apart and push everybody away? Because that means we're not as much of a threat, versus coming together, versus being a family, being a community, being supportive of who is in that community, regardless of their preferences. Like, showing up because I understand you, you understand me. Like, I don't know, we're a happy family. Like, it's just frustrating, I guess. It's not frustrating. It's sad. It's really just sad. Because I sit here and wonder who's going to have my back. I came out at 18 years old as a lesbian. I'm 36 now. I came out as trans at 33. And I know a lot of people are sitting here going, oh, you're influencing the kids and you're just cool that if a little boy likes pink, then you're going to force him to. No, that's not happening. It's ridiculous. I knew at 5, though. I knew at 5. So why do we come back to if a 5-year-old boy says, I like girls, we're like, absolutely, sure you do. Yeah, you're my straight little boy. If a 5-year-old boy goes, I like boys, we're like, maybe, but we're going to go with it. But if a 5-year-old says, I'm pretty sure I'm a woman on the inside, then we're like, whoa, wow, you don't know what you're talking about? Like, that, absurd. And then it becomes this side versus this side. What's going to accept from this side versus this side? And really, what I think it comes down to is parents. That if you're the parent of that child, you're going to watch that child. You're going to see if they truly hold true to who they say that they are. We're not just throwing out hormones, and we're not just throwing out surgeries to 5-year-olds. But if they say they like pink, let them have pink. If they say they like blue as a girl, let them have blue. Like, when did we genderfy everything? When did it become, again, fitting in a box? Why are we having to fit inside these boxes? Instead of just being like, oh, they like pink, oh, they like blue, oh, whatever. But really the big picture is at 33 years old, 33, I had to jump through hoops to get hormones. At 33, as an adult. I don't understand where this concept of 16-year-olds are just getting everything that they want, having massive surgeries, even if insurance does pay for some surgeries. Aren't 16-year-olds on their parents' insurance? Do they have their own? Like, I don't see how they're getting that just to happen without their knowledge, number one. And number two, what 16-year-old just has $10K, $15K for a surgery that they're walking in and the surgeon's like, oh yeah, here, a stack of cash. Like, absolutely not. Where's your parents? So I feel like we've gotten away from like what's also realistic in this place, because we're so busy trying to point the finger at who is causing damage right now, who's being an issue right now. And of course, there's still going to be a extreme on any side. There's going to be an extreme with somebody. There's going to be extreme over here and extreme over here. There's just always going to be an extreme. I like to fall right in the middle of neutral because honestly, what I'm trying to do and what many transgender people like me are just trying to do is exist. We go to work, we pay our bills, we want to have fun, we want to smile, we just want to live. I'm not trying to take that away from anybody else. I'm not trying to force anything on anybody else, and you can't force somebody to be something that they're not. And I feel like that's where we get caught up. And I can really go on, and I'm probably sure this is going to be a part 2. But I try and keep my videos a little bit short. So I'm gonna have to come back to this. But I just want us to remember that we don't have to fit into a box, but that as a whole, we are stronger. And as a whole, we like truly stand up for each other and we have each other's back, and that's the goal. I don't know why we're trying to split it down the middle because we disagree over here. Because all of a sudden, these people are not really people. They don't matter, unless we're supposed to have it separate. And then, to me, it just really, really gives off like Jews for Hitler. No. You're supposed to come together. We're supposed to come together. We have come together. For years, we've been together. We've been fighting together. All of this in the history, as far as just we exist, and we love that we exist. And whatever extremes have come out of it are on both sides. It's not just transgenders, and it's not just lesbians and gays, and it's not just the queer people and intersex people, but like, seriously, we're supposed to love and accept each other, because that's what we've done this entire time, as creating this community of, hey, we're a little bit different. We're not straight as an arrow. We're not doing the things that 98% of the population still does. We're just a little different, and that's okay. And we have preferences, and that's okay. And we can show up differently, and that's okay. And we don't fit into a box, and that's okay. And once we realize that that's okay, and that I am still a human being who's going to show up with love and kindness and positivity for everybody that meets me, and we can all start to do the same, then I think that we're going to be well on our way to being a little bit better. And that's all I hope for. It's all I hope for everybody. I just don't think that it's hard to be kind. I just don't think that it's hard to show up for anybody, no matter who they are, or what their sexual orientation is, or gender identity. To me, it's just community, friends, partners, love, kindness. I'd like to get back to that, instead of pointing the finger at who's wrong. So, if you stayed this long, solid, thank you. Thanks for the support, and please subscribe, and anything you want me to really kind of hone in on, mention it in the comments, and I'd love to have those conversations. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.